Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat Podcast. Today is episode 138, where we're continuing our series of looking through all the teams in the Premier League and rebuilding their sides for the 23-24 season. Today we tackle newly promoted Sheffield United. Now, Sheffield United, very successful campaign last year. I don't think many people would have tipped them to go back to the Premier League, but second in the league, a very good campaign, very worthy promoted, don't you think?
Yeah, it was an interesting one because you look at their squad, you look at the quality they had, and I think you look so not only personnel on the pitch but also off the pitch. You know, Paul Heckingbottom, don't get me wrong, he's done a good job, but I wouldn't have really seen him as a Premier League manager.
No, he definitely gives me Scott Parker vibes.
Yeah.
Could play four games, they lose 8-0 in all of them.
This Sheffield United squad is not good enough for the Premier League. I think it's quite far away. I'm very surprised they came second in the league. I mean, they were quite far clear. Luton ended up being quite close behind them in the end.
Yeah, and I think, as you know, obviously, as you said, it's close there. But also, I think I would say Middlesbrough are a better side. Probably. Yeah. I think Coventry are very close, if not better. Especially last season, they played really nice stuff. But Sheffield United got it done without a side that, on paper, didn't look as strong. So they're as worthy as any other team, I would say. I don't think it should be dictated by how strong your squad looks, because they played some really nice stuff last year. They got results over the line. Yeah. They had some big performers. People like James McAtee, who obviously has returned to City now, they were exceptional last season. So their efforts don't deserve to be discredited because maybe the rest of the squad isn't as strong. But they are going to struggle. That being said, they are going to struggle in the Premier League. They must bring in improvements.
Yeah, it will be interesting because they have still got quite a few players left from their side that was in the Premier League.
It's pretty much the same, isn't it?
A few years ago. I mean, yeah, it is quite similar.
Nothing's changed.
I think maybe that's the thing when we're kind of forgetting about is they were very established in the Premier League a few years ago. They came top half, didn't they?
They did. They
in
came
their
like
first
8th,
season,
and they got relegated.
And they got relegated next year. But still, they've been in the Premier League. They know what it takes. So maybe that could give them an edge over their relegation rivals.
It definitely could. Shall we start then, as we always do, with contracts expiring? Because this is quite the list to get through at Sheffield United. Now, this season, there's not too many. Only 4 players have left this summer as of July the 1st. And they've got 17 players leaving next summer.
Bit of a problem,
17 players. Absolutely insane. We'll start then with the players that have already left then. First up, Ender Stevens. That's a big one to start because he played a fair bit last season, I think. But not only that, he was very crucial in the seasons before because he's played Premier League football before.
I'm looking at this list and there's quite a few on here that were with Sheffield United in the Premier League, but obviously for the last few years their contracts were running down. They might not be signed. Ender Stevens, I think, as you say,
he's someone that wasn't big for them last year, but he has played Premier before.
Yeah, he put an absolute shift in the last few years. Last year, not so much.
68 Premier League appearances across 2 seasons. He was crucial for them. He had a good campaign in 21-22 in the Championship. This season, he's been replacing the side. He's now at Stoke, which I think is actually a great pickup for Stoke, by the way.
That is a good pickup.
That's a sensational sign.
I mean, but for Sheffield United, they've replaced him with Reece Norrington Davis at the start this season, or start of last season.
It would have been the start of this season, I'd say.
So I don't think they'll miss him too. They'll miss it, as you been at the club for quite a while, as you say. 68 Premier League appearances is nothing to be ashamed of.
Favourite Norrington Davies only made 15 appearances, so I imagine it was Max Lowe who played there, or maybe even Osprey. No, it's mainly Max Lowe. So. Yeah, Ender Stevens, he's quite low in the pecking order as well. You've also got Ben Osborne, who played a fair few minutes as well. So there's a lot of left backs. Ender Stevens, I don't think, will be too missed. Someone I was surprised to see on this list was Jack O'Connell. Not because he is like a world beater, but because he played so much in the Prem, he just hasn't played at all this season. So it's not a surprise I've let him go. It's just a surprise to me because I've not really watched Sheffield United this season. So to see someone that was playing Premier League football a few years ago just not play at all in the Championship, that is surprising.
Yeah. I think we're now starting to see the difference. Obviously, we're getting to the very different sides of Chris Wilder and Paul Heckingbottom. Yeah, Paul Heckingbottom has kind of not played all Chris Wilder's Premier League players. He's
also brought in other players. Yeah, they've got Arnold Ahmad-Hodzic, who is really, really talented. I think Chris Basham's also a better defender than he is. They've also got Jack Robinson, who's played a load of minutes this season. So overall, Jack O'Connell's just not really been used. So it makes sense they're letting him go.
I don't know, I miss him.
Similar thing for Billy Sharp, club legend. He's been excellent,
especially in the Premier League.
But he's not going to cut it anymore in the Premier League, is he? I hope he gets a nice move away. I hope he gets a Championship move where he can still flourish. But to be fair to him, he is 37 now, so I wouldn't be surprised if he hung up his boots. I don't know if he has.
How many appearances are we talking for Sheffield United?
So 311 since 2015.
That's service.
That is service. He's played a lot of football, and I think he's got his nice send off.
Yeah,
he's a club legend, but ultimately they're going back to the Prem. He won't cut it. No. He only played a handful of times last season. I don't know, to be fair, he played every game. Wow.
What, 37-year-old British Sharp?
He played 30. I know there's 46 games. But 38 games in the Championship, 14 starts.
Oh, so he made 24 bench appearances.
Yeah, a lot of off the bench.
But he
still contributed three goal contributions though, so not too bad. But yeah, he's not going to be really cutting it in the Premier League anymore. And then the final player is Kyron Gordon, who is a backup fullback. He won't be missed. He made one appearance this season, one start. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll miss him. He played 75 minutes, got subbed off. That was it.
Yeah, not his brightest season.
No. Hopefully he gets a nice move. In fact, he has already got a move apparently to Boreham Wood.
Oh. That's a bit of a step down.
Yeah.
From Sheffield United, but
I don't know.
He's never going to cut it.
This sort of thing doesn't really explain it, because he was apparently at Sheffield United from January 2022 till November 2022 on a free. After joining on a free transfer, then he moved to Boreham Wood in November on a free, but left in January and is somehow back in Sheffield.
He's not a Sheffield United. We know that much.
He won't be now.
No.
But yeah. So that's all the players in 2023. Should we move on to the players in 2024, because there are a lot. We'll start at the bottom of the list here, because the more interesting ones come towards the end. But we'll start with, I believe, Jordan Amissa, a third-choice goalkeeper, one Championship appearance this season. It wasn't a start. He came on and played 12 minutes against Luton in August.
Oh.
He was never used again.
He was on loan
and then went on loan to Burton, where he just made 3 appearances. So, yeah. I mean, he'll be a third-choice goalkeeper. Yeah. He'll sit and watch.
I think the guy that was back up at Burton Albion probably isn't who you want. Yeah, third choice until he runs
the fact he doesn't even, I don't think he, because he's German, I don't know if he will even do the, what's it called?
Homegrown
player. So you don't think he'll fulfil that quota. I don't know whether he's lived in England his whole life and just declared for Germany. Not that that's going to really make a difference. No. I don't think he's playing for either, but you never know.
Oh, Germany needs,
Neuer's getting on, isn't he?
Yeah.
In goes Jordan Amissa. Yeah, he will be a fine third choice this season. Don't renew his contract.
No.
Chris Basham, 29 appearances, 18 starts last season, but is he going to be good enough for the Premier League? He will be 35 by the time his contract expires. Do you think that's time to say goodbye to someone who's been a real loyal servant for Sheffield United? So 385 appearances, which was mentioned Billy Sharp's contribution, but he's played more and been there a longer time. So
I think.
Do you think it's time for Basham? That'll be his 10-year. He'll qualify there for a testimonial,
and he'll be 35 on the expiration of his contract.
He will be.
He was all right in the Premier League when Sheffield United were there a few years ago. Changed a lot since then though, and I don't think he's quite going to cut it.
No, I would agree with that. I don't think, for me, he's been a loyal servant. He's not really going to cut it. Next, we have Adam Davies, who is a goalkeeper. He's made 7 appearances, 6 starts, and kept 2 clean sheets this season.
He's a solid backup.
A comfortable backup. I wouldn't want him starting.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't want any of the goalkeepers in this team starting, but
I don't know how they have.
He can be a very competent backup.
Yeah.
And then their other goalkeeper, Wesley Fotheringham, who has had a really decent season, 40 appearances for the Blades, 17 clean sheets in that time, only 32 goals conceded. Part of why they were so successful this season was their defensive record then.
This really surprises me.
What? Do you not rate Wes Fotheringham?
Well, he went from backup goalkeeper at Rangers.
He made 143 appearances for Rangers.
When?
He was a starting goalkeeper back in 2015 sort of time, wasn't he?
No, because I thought Alan McGregor was kicking around then.
So in this Championship in 15-16 he played 36, then 37 in 16-17 and 33 in 17-18. After that he didn't really play, and then he joined Sheffield United where he's pretty much played every game.
Yeah, I think it's a weird one.
But he's done all right. Would you give him the shot in the Premier League, or do you immediately go and look for a goalkeeper?
I look for a goalkeeper. Yeah. No, I don't think he's very quality.
I would agree with that, and I think he'd be happy playing backup.
Yeah.
And then maybe move Davies to third choice.
And get rid of him.
Overall, if you maybe renew Fotheringham. Probably don't worry about Davies and Amissa. Maybe renew Davies. I don't know. They're all three goalkeepers who won't really cut it, but could do a job as a backup. So keep them around if they're nice squad players. If not,
and how old's Fotheringham now?
He is 32.
Yeah, I think he'll be 33 next year. I definitely wouldn't start him.
No.
Maybe you give him a new contract for another year after 2024.
So he's left-footed. I don't know why I find that rare for a goalkeeper. I don't know if many left-footed goalkeepers. But yeah. Up next, we have Daniel Jebison. Contract expiring 2024. He is a really exciting young player. Obviously, only 19 years old. Only made 16 appearances in the Championship last season for only 5 starts.
Oh, no.
1 goal, 2 assists. Would you look at a loan for him next season? Because I don't think he's going to get many Premier League minutes. The fact you've not proven him in the Championship this season, I can't then see why you'd think he can do a job in the Prem.
I would give him a loan in the Championship, and then if he does really well, we'll say you're in our plans, sign a new contract. Yeah. If he struggles, you let him go.
No, what I'd do, sign the new contract now.
Yeah.
6-month loan.
Yeah.
See how he's doing in January. If you think he can come in and do a job, let him stay. If not, loan him back out for the second half of the season, then reassess in summer 24. But for me, he's a good player. Clearly, he's only 19. There's loads of potential there. I don't think there's any risk in signing a 3-year, 4-year contract, because even if he isn't blossoming as the player you would like him to be, you're gonna you can sell him.
Yeah,
he is only 19. There is potential there. For me, you loan him out this season because I don't see him having too much impact in the Premier League.
Not at all.
But a really, really exciting.
I'll say he's still very, very young.
Yeah. Yes. Up next, we have Koulibaly. I'll be honest, I don't think it's Kalidou, so I don't know. It's Maya Cheek Koulibaly. He has made only 1 appearance for the Blades this season, and that was 1 minute against who? It was Swansea.
I don't think they need to really stress about giving him a new deal. He's quite
22.
Young.
I'm just confused why he didn't play. He's either just terrible, in which case why is he there? Or I don't know. I have no understanding of why he's not played.
Let us know more about is Maya Check Koulibaly.
But he played 62 minutes against Tottenham in the FA Cup and they won that.
Maybe he's Premier League quality.
He played 68 minutes against Wrexham in the FA Cup and they won that. And he played 14 minutes in the FA Cup semi-final.
And
why is he not playing in the Championship?
Mali international.
Yeah.
Keep him then.
What's going on?
I think that's quality.
He looked really good against Tottenham according to this football rating. To be fair, everyone did, but Tottenham didn't. But, I can't understand why he's not playing. Sheffield United fans, please do fill the comments with any suggestions as to why Ismail Cheikh Koulibaly isn't getting any minutes. But yeah, I don't know what to do without him because I can't decide whether it's tragic or sensational. So, yeah, I don't know. Up next, though, we have someone who is a bit more interesting, Ben Osborne. A nice rotation left back, but they are making the step up to the Premier League. Is he the type of player you want to keep around? Only 28, so a couple of years left. In his prime.
Yeah, I think he's fine to keep. He's kind of second and third choice. Yeah. He's versatile as well. Can play middle of the park if you really need him to. Maybe give him another year or two and then that contract to 25, 26.
Yeah, has he played Premier League before? I don't think. He might have. July 2019. He would have played a little bit of Premier League football potentially with Sheffield United. 13 appearances in the first season, 24 in the second. So he's got a little bit of Premier League experience, not loads, but enough. Yeah. Where I think he could be useful to have in the squad because that is something they lack in areas, I would say. Sheffield United, they don't have loads of experience, but they do have a fair bit, to be fair. Up next, we have John Fleck, who is someone I recognise because he was really crucial for them when they were last in the Premier League. Only 26 appearances this season, only 14 starts. Obviously, his importance is lessening now as he starts to age. He's a rotation player, I would say. He's a squad player. He's someone who can be useful. Maybe you renew his contract. I mean,
how old is
he? He is 31, so
you've still got a couple
of years left.
But you can really see what Paul Heckingbottom wants to do. Yeah, he is phasing out the kind of older players, bringing in new, younger players that will eventually join the team and hopefully keep him in the Premier League.
Yeah, indeed. Up next, we have Oliver Norwood. It feels weird doing this because it feels like we're doing our squad keep or sell, but we're not yet. We're still doing the contracts because they have so many. But yeah, Ollie Norwood then, he played every single match of this campaign.
He's a must re-sign.
Yeah, he's looked really good by all accounts, and he's played in the Premier League before. It's a no-brainer, keep him around.
Especially, watching their cup run this season to get to the FA Cup semi-finals. He played really well. That's when you see the standout players shine when you do go on a cut run.
Yeah.
Because players do have to perform, and he had a brilliant season.
Yeah, and back when they were in the Premier League, he only missed 6 games across 2 seasons. So, really reliable, solid player.
Again, another servant. How old is he?
He's 32, so you do need other midfield options. Maybe you could give Koulibaly a minute, you never know. Yeah. Or more than 8, more than 2, maybe 2. Yeah. Really pushed the vote out this year. But 198 appearances now for Sheffield United. I know, sorry, he's already over 200 because he had a loan spell before that. So, yeah, 200.
I think you can probably get another 2, 3, 4 years out of him, but you do need to bring players in around him. Yeah. And start phasing him out. Yeah,
32 years old. He's not getting any younger, but I would renew his deal because I do think he has a lot of positive
He's
and a lot of promise to offer.
2 years, 3 years of starting mostly every single game.
Yeah.
I say that he's going to get a long-term injury. He's never going to play again.
Or get rotated. They're going to go sign like some great midfield because he's never going to play. Yeah. But yeah, Reece Davies then, only 15 appearances, didn't contribute no goal contributions, hasn't played since October.
Injured.
Has he been?
To me.
Well, yeah, all completely phased out of the squad and never got to play again.
Didn't go on loan anyway, did he?
I'll have a little Google search. But yeah, no loan move for Reece Davies. But yeah, I don't know. Has he been injured this season? Who knows? But if not, if he has just been loaned out.
I still think he's quite young though.
Let's have a look. Injury history. He has.
I still think he's quite young.
Not been injured since 21-22 season. So not really played since the start of this season. He is 24, but he's not played since October.
Yeah, it's not great. You sure he didn't go on loan?
No loan move. So that says to me he's probably got to leave.
That's a bit of a weird one.
Because you're going to have Max Lowe. You've got Osborne as well.
Yeah, and you could
for me, there's no real. I've got some suggestions, but for me, Reece Davies isn't someone that should be playing Premier League football.
It's a weird one, Welsh international.
But it's the fact also he started every game, then he got 11 minutes against Coventry, and then that was it. He never played again. Like, he played full 90s, went on Wales international duty, was still playing full 90s into October, and then just on the 19th of October, he got 11 minutes, and that was it. Like, what happened? There must be something we're missing here, obviously. Sheffield United fans, please do get involved in the comments. Tell us what happened. Did he sleep with his daughter? Like, what happened here?
I don't know.
What went on? But yeah, Sheffield United fans, please do tell us if you know any more information. He hasn't been
banned from football, isn't that?
Yeah, we just completely missed that. He ran someone over, got arrested. Up next, we have Max Lowe. Now, he was sensational last season. 26 appearances, 6 contributions as well. Good attacking left back. I think depending on, they may use 2 different systems this season. I could see them in a sort of 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3 or in a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, something like that. But Max Lowe either way will be crucial because he can play left back, he can play left wing back. He is a really good player. And yeah, he used to be a winger, I believe, if I remember correctly. So they've really transformed him into a much better footballer at that left back role. 2
very strong seasons in the Championship. I think he can still do a job in the Premier League as well, so I'd definitely sign him.
I think he'd do a job. You'd want a left back that can at least compete with him for that role. Because I don't know if Ben Osborne's that guy.
No.
But Ben Osborne's a nice bloke, so keep him around. But Max Lowe, maybe re-sign the contract. I think he can do a job. Yeah. But if you can bring in better players, do. George Baldock, who is now officially Greek, by the way, so don't forget that. He's Greek now.
When did he become Greek?
I was also surprised by this, but he is a full Greek international. He played 90 minutes against France, where they lost 1-0, and 90 minutes against Ireland, where they won 2-1.
Sorry, George Baldock's not Greek.
Well, he is now. May 2022, he declared for Greece. He's made 9 appearances. He's a crucial part of their
Greek relative of a man called George Baldock got?
Don't know. Quite exciting though, isn't it? George Baldock, the Greek centre half. Yeah, so the Greek god, he's gonna have to really contribute a lot this season. Jorge Baldock.
He had a really good season. I think he's got another really good season.
Yeah, 36 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists, loads of international minutes as well.
What is he Greek?
I swear he was I don't know why he was. Was he English? Was he? Because if he's a Scottish or Irish or Welsh, you'd imagine he played, right, for them. So he must be English, and now he's Greek.
How's he Greek? I don't understand.
Yeah, he plays right back. His contract is up at the end of next season, but
I'd give him a new one, yeah.
Because he's Greek, just for that sole reason. He's 30 now.
Another Greek international.
30 now. He could, maybe get some other Greeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has some people he knows, he can understand, relate to. But yeah, he is getting on a bit, but I think he can still do a job. Only 30, so... while others like Basham, Norwood, 32, 33, stuff like that, he's got a couple of years on them, so you're probably all right there. Big up the Greek George Bulldog. Up next, we have Jayden Bogle, who has made 20 appearances in the league this season, 16 starts, 2 goals, 1 assist.
I think he's a fine rotation, and he was part of the squad in the Premier League as well. He's rotation in the Prem.
He was. He'll be a fine backup right back. He's not, going to tear up trees, set the world alight, become Greek, but he is a fine backup to George Bulldog.
I was going to say, yeah. No.
George Bulldog.
He's hardly going to replace him.
No. Oliver McBurney. He's fine. He did really well in the Championship this season. 38 appearances, 13 goals, 2 assists. I just don't think he's Prem quality, but I hope he proves me wrong.
I thought he was rubbish.
I thought he was terrible back in the Prem.
He was.
Didn't he have like this whole weird thing? He was at Swansea.
All he did was score against Chelsea.
I swear there was some weird situation.
All I remember is Oliver scored. You look at his Premier League numbers. He got 1 goal and 6 goals in his 2 Premier League campaigns.
Didn't Oliver McBurney get arrested at some point? I'm having a look. Sorry to Ollie McBurney. Please don't send me a lawsuit if you haven't been arrested. But I swear there was some sort of controversy with Ollie McBurney. Yeah, he was arrested. I know someone else got arrested after hitting him. I know there was. I don't know. Anyway, I know he did have to go to court after common assault. Alleged common assault. Don't think anything came of it. But yeah, he seems to be... Oh no, he's charged with drink driving as well in October 2019. That's
what is going on at Sheffield United? Langton Davis falling off the face of the earth. George Bullock's Greek, and McBurney's going around drink driving and beating people up.
Yeah, so I don't know.
What is his football club?
But he's made some sort of comeback. He scored 13 goals this season. He stopped drinking and driving at the same time. He's doing all right. But yeah, I don't think he's the number 9 to lead you forward, but you have got Ryan Brewster, who we'll get onto in a moment, who's been crap this year. But anyway, up next we have John Egan. How much did he play? 45 appearances. He's played every game bar 1. What game did he miss? I'm not going to find it. But yeah, full Irish international. He's not Greek, unfortunately. 2 goals and an assist as well. Yeah, and he fits in the song. Yeah, you can't get rid of him because then what are you going to think about Sander Verge? First of all, blades with Greek George Bulldog.
It doesn't quite work.
It doesn't. It just doesn't fit the rhythm.
No.
But yeah, John Egan, he is fine.
Yeah,
he'll do well in the Prem. 30 years old.
By Haaland when he scores 7.
He probably won't. I think John Egan will sort him out.
And if he doesn't,
he's the reason.
If he doesn't, Jorge Bulldog will, so that's alright.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll be fine. I think Egan can definitely cut it in the Premier League for another season. He is 30 though, so do bear that in mind. Yeah. Bring in a younger centre half who can learn under him. But
how is this football club going to be in the Premier League this year?
I have no idea.
They're so old and they're not very good.
They're all 30.
I don't know how Sheffield United are in the Premier League. I honestly don't.
I mean, but they have got some really good players who we're going to get onto when we get into our keep or sell. After one more very crucial player expiring contract next summer, Iliman Ndiaye. You cannot let this man go. You just can't. No. He's so good.
Honestly, what a season!
Him and James McAtee carried. Those two are so talented.
Ollie McBurney and he scored 13 goals because these
Ndiaye scored 14.
Exactly.
10 assists as well.
They put it all to Oliver
He played every single match, 3,700 minutes.
Wow.
He's played so much football.
You do have to be careful with players like that because if you are playing them like that over a few seasons, they will be absolutely knackered, fatigued.
Yeah.
They might have a few problems. But I think he was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, if you can scroll through his page and it's like there's a contribution every other game pretty much.
He's the type of player
especially towards the end of the season.
In the Premier League because he will just turn up with a performance of the highest quality when you need him to. He'll rock up at Burnley at home and just score a double and get an assist, and that will keep you in the Premier League.
Yeah, he gives me... so I think of how important Dango Ouattara was for Bournemouth watching the season, just picking up those goals. I think Ndiaye can have a similar sort of importance.
You look at...
Yeah.
I was trying to get an Everton player, but they haven't got any
Don't
goals.
know. No one scored.
Yeah.
James Tarkowski.
Yeah.
He was their biggest attacking threat last season.
Yeah.
And Dwight McNeil whenever they played Brighton. And Iwobi again in that Brighton game was mint as well.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know really what Sheffield United do, because we didn't really answer it, but Ndiaye signed a new contract, give him as many years as he wants, as much money as he wants, keep him around forever if you can. Yeah. But you've definitely got to extend that somewhat, so even if you do sell him in the next couple of years, it's not for free. Dwarf just lost Jefferson Lerma. You cannot let that happen because he's worth so much money.
Yeah.
So you've got to re-sign that contract. But yeah, and if it's a matter of having to sell him this summer or lose him next summer for free, I think you've got to sell him.
Yeah.
Not that you'd want to, because he's a really good player. Should we do our score keep or sell? Because there's not many players left.
Let's try and find the actual players that have somehow got them to the Premier League.
Yes. So Jack Robinson, he made 27 appearances,
quality.
3 goals and assist. He is 29 as well, so he's not in that 30 bracket just yet with everyone else in this squad.
He had a really good season. I'll be honest, I didn't watch much Sheffield United, and the only thing I remember him doing is handballing it and giving Blackburn a penalty in the FA Cup quarter-final at Bramall Lane.
Nice. Well, they still got through, so it didn't really matter.
Exactly. That's all I remember. He had a really good season, though. He was very good.
Yeah, he's done well. He's done fine, and I think he'll be an adequate player in the Premier League. I don't think he'll start every game, put it that way, but I think
he'll be involved.
Get
relegated, but he's a good player.
Yeah, so for me, it's probably the next player we're going to get on to is probably the most crucial, Ahmed.
Wow.
Anel Ahmedhodzic.
Yeah.
He is so talented.
He is very
such a good player. He has played 34 appearances for the Blades this season, 6 goals, 2 assists as well. For his age, he's so mature, so good with the ball at his feet. It says a lot that he already starts at Bosnia and Herzegovina. He started against Portugal. They did lose 3-0.
Versus team.
They did lose 3-0 to Portugal, but still a good player.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter about his international appearances. He scored on the final 2 days of the season as well. That threat from corners could be huge this season.
It's these young players like Ahmedhodzic and Ndiaye that will keep them in the Premier League.
But also, if you go down, that's a lot of money to recoup.
Yeah. Or he's a phenomenal championship player who doesn't leave.
Yeah, you probably would.
I'd say it'd be an idiot not to.
But yeah, he'll be good this season, and he's a great asset to keep around because he will fetch a decent price.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so I think he's just incredibly good. He's 100% a keep. Are there any more defenders? Femi Siriki, he played. He's been on loan in League 2, so probably another loan, I would say.
Yeah.
He's not going to be coming into the Premier League and doing a job.
No.
Harry Boyes has been on loan at Lincoln.
He was
he good?
Alright.
Well, he played 18 appearances. In fact, he played loads of appearances, 30 appearances across 2 loan spells because he was at Forest Green the first half of the campaign. He's done really well, apparently. 7.02 average football rating.
Saying how bad Forest Green were.
Yeah.
Duncan Ferguson's Forest Green.
Not bad at all. He played under Duncan Ferguson. Was it Duncan Ferguson at the time?
Yeah, it would have been.
First half of the season?
He did the whole season.
Did he?
He didn't get sacked. Remember, they didn't sack him.
Why?
They just stuck with him.
No wonder they're back in League 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did alright, I guess, at Lincoln. Lincoln is such a strange club, on a side note. Just imagine being mid-table in League 1. What pointless existence.
Well, they got to play a final 2 years ago.
Yeah, now they're 11th.
And then, just kind of sat around mid-table since.
They're just sort of there.
I think they're so close to the championship.
Shrewsbury. But yeah, anyway, I think this Harry Boyes guy, maybe a championship loan.
Yeah.
Did right.
Yeah.
Or maybe a higher team in League 1, someone like a Derby.
No. Sheffield's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard. I don't know. That's not a bit high. What about?
Yeah, someone like that could work, or a top League 1, as I say, someone like Derby. But yeah, Sai Sashdev has made 1 appearance this season. He got 15 minutes against Stoke. He's only. He doesn't have an age. He was apparently born on the 3rd of January 1. The year 1.
He's Jesus.
He's 2,000 years old. He's getting on a bit.
yeah.
But football doesn't have any record.
Alright.
Let's
just say loan him out.
Was involved in the England youth teams? Probably loan him out.
Yeah.
But he seems to be a decent talent, mate.
He's talented, like 33.
Joe Starbuck, he's 20. Great name. Has never played a game of football. According to this.
Well, that's not great. So he's employed.
Probably another loan move.
Yeah. Maybe to play some football.
Yeah. That could be useful. Sander Verge. He's the reason.
Again, he was really good in the Premier League, really good in the Championship. He's a must keep.
100%. What a player.
Is he already played over 100?
He's played 109 games. They do rely on him a little bit,
He joined
don't
2 years
they?
ago and Billy Sharp thought they were going to get Europe.
They did, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is Norwegian. They're not going to be playing in Europe next season, but they will be in the Premier League, and he will be very crucial.
I've still sing the song about him, maybe.
Yeah, and he helps them have a really diverse squad of Norwegians, Bosnian, and Greek. But
I'll get over that, honestly.
But yeah, he's a really good player. Frankie Maguire, who are you? You've been at Kettering Town.
You probably need a low move.
Probably. 14 games, 4 goals from December 22 till now.
What league are Kettering in? They're not in the National League, are they?
National, North and South. So that is the 6th tier, obviously. I think. Yeah.
No, because I thought the National North and the National South were different leagues.
So what is the National North and South?
We're going to find out.
This has got Alfreton Town, Banbury United, Buxton, Chester, Darlington, Hereford, Kings Lynn, Scunthorpe. Yeah, this is the National North and South. It's just they could put them all in one big league.
And split into two.
So they are in the 6th tier. It's an interesting team. I mean, Blythe Spartans, that's a great name. Imagine supporting Blythe Spartans. Don't worry about it. I'll have to watch the Spartans this Saturday.
Up the mighty Spartans.
Yeah. But Torquay are also there, which is not great for them.
And Yeovil.
Yeovil
were a League One club a few years ago.
Taunton Town, Western Supermare, Maidstone, Hemel Hempstead.
Oh.
Some real quality. Yeah, I was going to say. Bath are down there now as well, which is a shame.
Maybe don't loan to any of them. Maybe find them a different loan.
Yeah, maybe not to the National North and South. Where are the two we're actually looking at?
Kettering.
I think they must have got promoted. Maybe it was relegated.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely, where are Kettering? Who knows what's happened to Kettering Town?
Search, look at last year's table, see where they are.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a smarter option.
Yeah.
Kettering, I can't see them. Well, I don't. Oh, they got relegated.
Oh, okay. Well,
Kettering, out of that.
I'll say by Kettering.
They're now in the 7th tier of English football.
Maybe don't loan him back. Who are we even talking about?
I don't know. Frankie Maguire, and also he was on loan at Bradford PA for the first half of the season. They also got relegated.
Yeah,
so he has got some horrible luck.
I don't think.
I'm not sure that was the season before.
Oh, right.
December 21 to January 22. What a pointless loan. He was on loan for a month and played 8 games and scored a goal, and then they went.
Find him a different loan.
Yeah, unlucky Frankie Maguire.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't think he's going to make the Premier League, but
not quite.
You never know. Ollie Arblaster, who's got a great name, was also on loan at Bradford PA, so help.
What is his football club?
4 appearances in the Championship this season, only 1 start. He didn't do anything sensational in any of those games, but he was involved when they beat Burnley 5-2.
Wow.
When I say involved, I think he played 6 minutes. No, not even 6. He played literally 1 minute.
That's a big minute.
But they wouldn't have won without it.
Yeah.
Andre Brooks, he's also been on loan at Bradford PA. What is going on?
They got an affiliation with
But they must have one, because why are they loaning everyone there? Anyway, he's not playing the Premier League. Up next, Ryan Brewster. He also should go to Bradford PA in my books, because he has played 16 times this season and scored once. Everyone thought he was going to be mint. He was like at Liverpool. Everyone, he's so talented. He's won a Champions League. He's scored 6. He only started 5
woeful.
games.
He's absolutely woeful.
Yeah, he's probably got to go. Yeah,
but who's going to buy him? He's crap.
Maybe Swan. Maybe Bradford. Please send it to Bradford PA. Not even the actual Bradford. Like, imagine being the second best team in Bradford.
That's a real lie.
They're also now in the 7th tier, which is a real shame.
You're the second best team in Bradford. But come on, there's standards.
That's not great, is it? But yeah, I don't think Brewster's going to be doing a lot.
Awful.
Ilmanidai's a baller. We've spoken about him. Yeah. Same for Jebison, and then William Osula. Let me guess, he's been on Bradford. No, he's been on loan at Derby. With 21 appearances, 5 goals. That's not bad.
Derby didn't he made the playoffs.
That's not bad at all.
No.
He's not been playing Premier League football, don't get me wrong, but he is 19, he's a striker.
No, give him a Championship loan.
That's a respectable return.
Who's come up? Plymouth, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe back to League One?
Or maybe back to Derby again, if he loved it so much.
Yeah.
You never know. And then Louis Marsh, he wasn't at Bradford. He joined only in January 23. He's not played a minute of professional football before.
Probably give him a loan move.
He has played a couple minutes for the under-21s, which is more than that other bloke has. The other man's just not played football. But Louis Marsh played a little bit.
His man just sucked.
Give him this. No, not Ollie Arv last year. He's played an actual game. Can't remember who it was. Oh, Joe Starbuck. That was it. He's never played football before. Don't know why he's there. Anyway, Louis Marsh, maybe give him a loan move.
Yeah.
League 2, maybe Bradford, Kettering, something like that.
What a squad.
Anyway, improvements might well be necessary as we have assessed. But yeah, we're going to look for a few options then, because they could do a Nottingham Forest. They could sign 26 new players. Yeah. And that would probably improve their side. But we're going to look at a couple of options here and there, just discuss a few different things, and then And then we'll round off with some predictions. But first, we'll go some positions which desperately need improvement. Goalkeeper. Wouldn't say Wes Foderingham is going to cut it personally. Some defensive options, so that wherever they're playing a 3 or a 4, they've got options there to play in the back line. Then in midfield, I think they definitely need some rotation players.
Yeah.
Ideally, that have played football before. And then up front, I think the fact that you've not signed James McAtee again, of course, I don't think he's coming from Man City. You also need a bit of rotation there, so Ndiaye hasn't got to play 46 games again. No. And also all the cup games, and there's rotation forward as well, I would say. So we're going to look at a couple rumours, a couple players that I think could do a job, and then we'll round off. But yeah, goalkeeper then, I think this one is ambitious. Yeah. But he's played for them before. It's Dean Henderson.
Ooh.
I don't think it'll be a loan. I think they've got to buy him permanently for his sake. Just get him away from Man United.
I'll say.
Probably be around 15 million.
Especially because Forest seems to be sitting on the fence about him. Just go in there and slap a bit on the table.
Yeah.
And then Forest have to react to that.
And to be fair, United would probably take 10, 15 million because they're trying to get Onana. They don't need Dean Henderson.
Especially if you've got United, Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest, you've got a bidder war going for him.
Yeah. So I'd just go in there, put a bid in, see what happens. Because I think he's a really good goalkeeper. He knows the club. The fans know him. They like him. He's a good goalkeeper. He's a really good goalkeeper.
He'll provide some big saves when you need him to, when the Greek George Bulldogs falling over.
You are going to have to get him insurance in case he smashes hands into the ground again every time they concede. But other than that, keep the groundsman on standby. But yeah, he'll be a really good goalkeeper. Great penalty saver as well. Good shot stopper, good distribution, good with the ball at his feet. Good all-round goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So then some defensive options then. So they've played a 3 at times. They've played a 4 most of the time. So you really want to cover both those options because you may want to play a bit more of a defensive formation, a 3-5-2, a 3-4-3, something like that in the Premier League. So I've highlighted a couple of options. The first of which is Kyle Walker. Linked with a move. It would be
what a fairy tale.
A return to his boyhood club. Around £10 million. I think that is a great bit of business.
He can still cut it in the Champions League.
Oh, obviously. So, he's linked with Bayern as well. So you might have a bit of competition there. But
what would he rather? He's can't with football.
What's there left for him to do other than help his boyhood club survive?
Yeah. In national stage.
He can play right back. He can play right wing back. He can play right centre half. He could go in goal. Yeah. If Henderson smashes hands up, don't bother bringing and following on. Yeah. We've got Kyle Walker here. But yeah, so he's a real versatile player. He's got Champions League winning experience. He's got Euro runners-up experience. He's an England international. I just think he makes a lot of sense.
He does.
If you're Kyle Walker, why would you go to Bayern Munich when you can go home?
To Sheffield United.
And replace the Greek...
Do they have a Greek right back? I don't think so.
I don't think Bayern have any Greek right backs. So, and if they play a 3, they can have both Baldock and Walker.
Yeah.
That would just be overpowered, I would say, on the right-hand side. But
then, when he gets a bit old and he gets like 40... They can loan him out to Bradford PA and go ball down in the 8th division.
They can do that because that's what happens to everyone at Sheffield United. They have to go play for either Kettering.
And Brewster, who's still there.
Just tearing up.
Yeah, got like 75 goals.
Leads Bradford to promotion constantly. They're like Premier League now.
Yeah.
Up the Bradford.
Wow.
PA, not the other one. Anyway, so other options then. Joe Bryan on a free. I think he'd do a job at left back. He'd be really decent in that role. Harsh on Max Lowe and Osborne and that, but Premier League experience. Yeah, and he's no price tag, which is really useful when you haven't got loads of money. Samuel Gigo is someone I've also suggested.
From Spartak Moscow?
Well, he's now at Marseille.
Oh, wow.
But I think if you just put a cheeky £10 million bid in, £15 million bid. I don't see why they reject that. He's a good player. His numbers look really, really nice, but
£15 million.
Yeah, the Premier League, the allure of the Premier League should win him over. I think Marseille would be happy to pocket 15 mil.
Yeah,
you can probably get someone of. They would probably say they can get someone of similar quality in Ligue 1. And I think he'd do a job in the Premier League. I think he's really talented. So, for what they want to achieve next season, and also that is an intimidating backline. You've got the Bosnian Arno Ahmedhodzic. You've got the Greek George Bulldog. You've got Samuel Gigo, who's so terrifying,
and Carl Walker.
Yeah.
And then Joe Bryan's at left back.
God, we're creating a bit of this team's going to be mental, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't smash his hands in the floor. Carl Walker's getting arrested at pubs for indecent exposure. Oliver Burnley can't be allowed to drive anymore. It's going to be insane at Sheffield United.
In post.
We're going to have to get Mina and Mitro as well.
The atmosphere at Brownhill Lane's mental.
It's going to be off the charts, mate. Yeah. Then another free option, Alexander Dieku. From Strasbourg, I believe. He's had a fine season. He's a good player, a good ball playing centre half, and he's available on a free. So just
free transfers always good.
A smart option, I would say, and he's left foot as well. So he can play that left side centre half role and keep Gigo from mauling people. Into midfield then, and this is a link they've had in real life. A rumour that's going round.
This is real life still. Your ideas are real.
Okay. Anis Slimane, Bromby player. He is a fine midfielder. I couldn't find out a lot on him. He's not on FootMob, so I tried to do a little Google search. I think he's just a midfielder.
That's right. They like players that don't play football.
He's energetic. He's only going to be about 2.5 mil. Yeah. Low risk.
Sounds great.
I'm sure Sheffield United have probably scouted him a bit more than I did.
They got Sander Burge. That was a cheap deal from a bit of an unknown, and he's done really well.
He was very well known. They spent £20 million on him. I would not describe that as a cheap deal.
Who was it then? They found some absolute gem in midfielder. I thought it was Sander Burge.
No, Sander Burge was a gem of a midfielder. He's just a gem that everyone had seen because was it Bruges he was at? Put him on a pedestal, and he's a very talented footballer. He was linked with all of Europe's top sides, and then Genk he was at, and then Sheffield United just signed him.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That
was a good bit of business, yeah. But they just got to do that as well to shock the world. Go and sign Mbappe.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You never know. I reckon George Bulldog can convince him. But yeah, then some attacking options, a couple frees, a couple cheap deals. Adama Traore, available on a free, Prem experience, can play right wing back, can play right wing, makes a lot of sense, good player, can fit, versatility is going to be useful when I don't really know what system they're going to play. No. They could play, he could be as a right wing, he could be a right wing back, depends on what system. Then Manuel Lanzini, also available on a free.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Joining from West Ham, very creative player, can be a good finisher as well, can play on the left, can play attack midfield, good player. And then another one from FC Twente, who's not available on a free, but only £2 million for Michel Vlap. He is a really talented goal-scoring midfielder, good creative player as well. I don't think it'd take too much to get him to join from the Eredivisie.
No.
Just tell him it's the Premier League, mate, come on.
Yeah.
And he'll probably join. So I think he's a good player, not at all influenced by the fact I'm doing an FC 20 save on FM at the moment, and he is really good. But yeah, I think he's good.
Is he Greek?
He's not. He's Dutch. But that does increase.
Yeah. Diverse
diversity in the squad. Then up front, Bene Traore, who I can't say is someone I know a lot about, but I saw they were linked with him, so we're gonna look at him now. I saw just before we started recording that they were linked with him. So he's a striker for Häcken in Sweden.
Oh, I like Sweden.
I like Sweden too. They're third in the table.
That's a bit better than the guy at Kettering.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Malmo and Elfsborg above them, but he is from the Ivory Coast. Which again, let's make this team.
What's his form been like?
The most diverse. He's had a really good season. 14 appearances, 12 goals.
He's mint.
In the Swedish top flight. 3 assists as well. It is the Swedish league, but he's only 20.
Yeah,
he's Ivorian. He's exciting.
Yeah.
Go and spend all the money in the world on him.
Well, how much is he?
Only apparently 3.5 mil.
That's a bargain for a guy that's just scored 15 contributions in 14 games.
There is always a risk he doesn't do amazing.
It's a big step up from Sweden to the Premier League.
But he can't possibly be worse than Ryan Brewster.
And if it goes badly, you've got Bradford PA to send him to.
Yeah, and imagine how good... If he could score, 12 goals from 14 games in the Swedish top flight. Imagine how many he scored for Bradford. He's, only 20 years old, good player, and signing both him and Adama will really confuse people when they say Mark Traore. Because which one?
Yeah.
So sign as many Traores as possible.
Get Lacina and Bertrand.
Just make a full team of Traore.
You probably could get close.
Yeah. There's that left back, isn't there, for, I want to say Leon? I'll just search Traore into football and see how many come up. Hamed Traore, he can play, he's a midfielder for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
You've got Boubacar Traore, he's a defensive fielder at Wolves. You've got Hamari Traore, he's a right back at Sociedad. You could build a whole team of Traores. Yeah. Do that. Lacina, obviously, at Shakhtar Donetsk. Charles Traore, who's left back at Nantes. Amadou Traore doesn't play, but he's at Bordeaux. I know he's now at Sporting Kansas. But a lot of Traores out there. Go and get them. Anyway, we've rambled long enough in this video. Some predictions for the new season then. What are we saying?
I think they're going to be last.
I have to say, I am not confident about Sheffield United chances.
I think they're rubbish.
If they do build a full team of Traores, or go and just get Samuel Gigo to kick everyone.
They have a few players that stand out to me. But unless they recruit really, really well, the rest of the team is just not good enough. I like John Egan and I like Jack Robinson.
And I like the fact that George Baldock is great.
Yeah, I love that. But they're just players that weren't great in the Premier League 3 years ago. They're not going to be great now.
They were 4 years ago.
They were 4 years ago.
So if they do that again... 4
years ago.
Yeah.
George Baldock's changed nationality.
He has done that, to be fair. A lot has changed. But they have also brought in some really good players, like Ndiaye, like Ahmed Hodzic. I think if Sheffield United's recruitment staff ignore everything I've said in this video and sign more players like Burge, like Ahmed Hodzic, like Ndiaye, that will be very...
They will. I just don't see, because I think Burnley are better than them, and I think Luton...
Just about edge it, and they'll probably... They could... It depends on who...
I mean, the payment you get for winning the player final is bigger than getting second.
You still get money for second.
Yeah, I know, but you get more for winning the player final.
I think so, I don't know.
It's like the most rich...
Most expensive final in football, but I don't know whether you also get the same money for second and first. Presumably you'd have to, if not you'd die.
No, I don't think you do.
They can't just send... If not, you would never want to finish second.
Yeah, I don't know.
So imagine you do get payments to go up to the Prem. But and obviously you get TV rights money. So there will be money for Sheffield United to spend this summer, and they've got the added advantage of they don't have to build an entire new stadium just to play.
I don't see a team that's worse than them.
Yeah, I don't know. But then equally, I would have put them rock bottom in 2020. Was it 2020, 2019?
I wouldn't have said that Southampton would have been rock bottom last year, so who knows?
I wouldn't have said that Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest would both survive, and that Fulham would almost get top half. Would get top half. No. So anything can happen in the Premier League. I don't know much about Paul Heckingbottom's system and style. I don't know much about Paul Heckingbottom as a guy, but he does have a funny name. We're just skirting over that today.
We have been everywhere today.
We've done a lot.
We've been to the Bulldog, we've been to the National League North and South.
We've been Swedish League.
Sweden. Talked about Bosnia.
Hopefully it's been an enjoyable episode for the neutrals, but also for the Sheffield United fans. I hope that we've not said anything which is
wait for me,
completely
loads and loads of Sheffield United just fuming.
Love Ryan Brewster for some reason.
What are you on about? They're rubbish.
Yeah. George Borrock's not Greek. No one told him.
Turns out that Starbuck guys and they football is actually like a really good player.
He's like Messi, but different. That's everything for today though, guys. Please do leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. It massively helps us out. We are on the road to 2,500. So make sure to subscribe if you're new. That is everything though. Give on the comments below if you've got any feedback. If you're a Sheffield United fan, we've got a couple of questions. What happened to Reece Norton Davies? And
forgot that.
Yeah, we asked that at one point in this video.
Yeah, get arrested.
Yeah, we did talk about that. But so and any thoughts on what we've said, please do leave them in the comments below as well. That's everything for today though, and audio listeners as well. Hop on over to any of our socials to leave feedback or do all the good stuff on your audio platform that pushes out our podcast to new audiences and new people. That is everything for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.